My name is Kyle Bohannon, and I am a certified personal trainer and a bona fide fitness enthusiast. And you can teach that. But this right here, this is Maddie Mae. And she's the cutest pup in town. But you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest kids fitness tips right here on the tube. How you doing? Today, everyone, I am here to answer a question that is posed to me by parents all the time, here at the gym and online, various sources, what have you. I get asked this question on a routine basis, and that is, can young kids resistance train, and at what age can they begin training with weights, doing strength training? Now, this question is coming from parents of kids who are 5 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, somewhere in that range is where they're coming from. At the same time that these kids are coming to me, they're playing sports. They're playing football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, what have you. And when you look at those sports from a practical standpoint, say running, let's take running, sprinting for example. When you're sprinting, there is force that's being transmitted through your body. Now, in an action like sprinting, there is upwards of 3 to 8 times your body weight. It's a broad range depending on the athlete, their strength, their running form, a whole host of factors. But the range of force that is going through their body, like I said, can be anywhere from 3 to upwards of 8 times their body weight. Now, when you're here in the gym doing, say, squats or something, taking squats for example, even the highest level power lifters, we're talking grown men who lift weights for a living or at least for a hobby and take it professionally. They end up squatting sometimes where, 2.5, 3, maybe 4 times their body. And that is, again, 2 to 3 to 4 times their body weight a force going through their body. And this is professionally trained, high-level power lifters. Now, when I'm dealing with, I'm talking of a 5-year-old or 6-year-old, the most they'll ever lift, their knock is, maybe 1 time their body weight. Something like that. It's not even near the level of force that is already being put through their body when they're doing things that is already considered okay, like sprinting or jumping. So let's just make that first right there. That first point is that strength training does not put as much stress on your body in regards to force transfer as actually playing the sports that they're already doing. There the idea that it can actually stunt their growth is unfounded. Maybe there's some research I heard about back in maybe like the 70s out of China where it dealt with child labor. We're having young kids working long hours, 18-hour days, what have you. And I believe there's some ancillary evidence that growth was stunted in those cases. I don't remember the study that well. I read it a long time ago. But regardless, the growth is not stunted. But the real thing we need to look at and consider is rather, the strength is not the goal at that age. And so you're never going to impose those load on the athlete, not because you're afraid of the consequences, but because the athlete is not ready. They haven't done enough repetitions to really have their technique honed in on doing an exercise so that they don't get hurt. So it's safe to go into strength training. It's safe to have your younger kids work with weights. It's actually beneficial. You will see improvements in obviously strength, which will help performance in sports. You'll see increased strength of their tendons, ligaments, joints, all of that. So injury prevention. You will have increases in bone density. So it will aid in injury prevention, actually make them safer and healthier to actually play. So as opposed to hurting them, it will actually help them. Also, it improves confidence, self-esteem, because they're seeing themselves things they might not have been able to do before. Do pull-ups, rings, have climbing ropes, doing things like that they didn't want to think they could do before, but they set their mind to it and they achieve something, so it builds confidence. And lastly, it gives them an opportunity to, at a young age, develop an affinity for working out. This is probably, out of everything I do, this is my greatest mission. And that is to help kids that when they become adults, if they do not become professional athletes, collegiate athletes, what have you, the majority of them are not. So my main mission in life is to help kids develop this love or affinity for exercising and eating right so that they can have a healthy life for life. That's why I do these videos. That's why I started doing it, is because I want to help more kids outside of just my gym. I know I can help tons of kids from what I hear back from parents, how grateful they are, what they're seeing from their kids, the changes in habits and behaviors, how they're at home, and the kid will start doing push-ups just right there on the ground. They're starting to make smarter decisions eating-wise. I'm kind of getting off topic here, but when it comes to strength training with weights, from a physical standpoint, it's not going to hurt, and unless you're letting them do it with bad form. I mean, there's no substitute for form. It's not going to stunt growth, but you can get injured, hurting backs, hurting knees, what have you, because you have them lifting with bad form. So make sure that you are putting technique first. Well, really, injury-free and having fun should be number one, but secondly, technique first. At younger ages, goal number one is just to give them a broad range of abilities. So the ability to move properly, that's all we're looking for. Just laying that foundation so that when they are high school students, if they do want to pursue sports, high school students in college, they will have this broad range to pull from, and they will be a much better athletes. It's like a pyramid. The wider the base, the wider you make the base, the higher the peak. So we want to at these ages, make that base wide. So you want to get them involved in a lot of different sports: wrestling, track, baseball, soccer, all the gymnastics, all these sports that will challenge the body in different ways and get them used to and knowing how to actually move their bodies. But when it comes to the actual strength training sessions, again, here's just some straightforward guidelines, and that is, one, technique comes first when you're actually practicing a strength exercise. Technique comes first. Second, keep rep ranges high, 10 to 20 reps. So there's no need to start going to low rep ranges. Once you get into low rep ranges and heavier weights, technique starts to break down. The weight itself is not dangerous, rather the fact that they haven't done enough repetitions, that their body, when the load gets on them, their body doesn't know how to maintain proper technique and they get hurt. And so what you want to do, again, sticking in you can do lower reps, but if you wanted to say do 5 reps, it's with a weight that they could get 15 reps out with. So you want to keep them in an area where they can get high quality reps. That's all you want. You just want to get lots and lots and lots of high quality reps, and that's the name of the game. So to conclude this, again, strength training for young kids is not hazardous to their long-term development. It's actually beneficial from a physical standpoint and a psychological standpoint. And it's going to help. Now, it's going to only help them, put them ahead of the curve, so that when they become adults, they are set up for a healthy lifestyle. But you have to be knowledgeable. You have to make sure that your kids are not doing poor technique, and that you're putting technique first. After, of course, when it comes to strength, technique first. When it comes to an overall outlook, fun and keeping them injury-free is number one, and 2, technique comes first. After that, any strength benefits they get, if they're doing a little more weight, if they're doing a little bit of that's a little icing on the cake, but it's not the focus. Technique and fun and injury prevention are number one. Just a little answer. When it comes down to, I'm extending this video probably too long, but just popped in my head. The idea of when it becomes too much, when an athlete is ready for high school, when they start getting into puberty, that's when they can take an advantage of really making massive gains in strength, because they start producing the hormones that allow them, like testosterone, that allow them to really gain muscle and gain strength. So that's also another reason why you're not going to go crazy heavy with kids, because they really can't take advantage of it at this point. So you're just setting the foundation so that when they do hit puberty, they can take advantage of all these hormones and really hit the ground running and gain the muscle if that's something they need, or gain strength, power, what have you. So sorry for going on a little too long. This video was too long for you, but I hope it was helpful. If you can, please, if you like this video, please subscribe below so you can get updates on any other videos I have regarding guided workouts, nutrition. I plan to have a lot of awesome videos coming forth to you. So please subscribe below if you're interested in having your kid develop a healthy lifestyle and a happiness and a fun affinity towards exercise and health and wellness. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.